lower bracket semifinal, and it's two players that you would expect in some winner bracket finals, because it's like the Vice World Champion against the bronze medalist of the previous WGL. It's Happy vs Fortitude.
Yeah, it's thanks to Lin's great performance that Fortitude finds himself in the lower bracket here. We saw that game earlier. The champion of WGL, Lin, was looking very strong there once again, especially the early games. Out of this world. Wouldn't say necessarily that Fortitude was playing bad by any means, but not too many really outstanding plays either. The one map win that he got was with a cheesy tower rush with a Fire Lord. So let's see how this goes. Happy lost to Fly before. We all know his matchup against Orc is the weakest. Now going up against Human, he's much gonna prefer that one.
Right, Militia Creep, Acolyte killed, so no chance for Happy to steal that, but it's already a little bit delayed since he took care of that Acolyte. And if you take a look at Romantic's matchup versus Undead, this means pretty much one thing. Tanks, 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 and even more tanks. But on Amazonia, is that so easy? Is that so doable?
I mean, tanks are always playable. Some maps are a little bit worse, some maps are a little bit better, but they're always playable. Of course, always comes down to the expansion, securing the expansion. Because yes, tanks can be very strong, but they take a super long time to come online. Because you have to be tier 3 and stable on 2 bases to even start tanks. And you need probably 3 tanks before they really do anything. So you have to be super sturdy, super stable, and don't take too much damage against this Undead, who is the deadliest Undead in the world, and has won many games in this matchup before even tier 2 was reached.
Alright, we have the sickest inventory possible for the Archmage, +9. Thanks to Mantle and Claws already. Happy stole the little trolls, but no level 2 for him yet. Wakes up the creeps, gets ensnared, and Militia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. How much damage can Happy do?
Needs 2 peasant kills or 1 footy kill for the level up right here. Conservative with the coil so far. Big last hit does go to Fortitude. Happy would have loved to steal that. Doesn't get that one, but gets the Trapper. And that is the level 2 now for the DK. But it's 0 peasants lost so far, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna be 1 going down.
Fiend has to retreat because Fortitude put 2 footmen on it immediately. Also the last hit on the Mud Golem. This wasn't too crazy.
Yeah, really solid creep here by Fortitude. Expansion is going to be a little bit delayed here, but peasants are all still intact, and this means great lumber income. DK didn't have any more new Rod of Necromancy there to summon, so skeletons were all expired. And this is sometimes what this creep can look like on AZ, where the Undead really can't do much. Despite the camp being so hard, he can't steal the big boy. Usually rods are already missing, and this is a solid early so far for Fortitude.
Also, Score of the Beast can help him a lot in the late game. Happy almost at tier 2. Expo 50% up. It's only 2 fiends, a couple of new skeletons. There are still corpses available, so he can inflict some damage. Water Elemental expires, so no experience from that. It's gonna be a couple more peasants falling. Number 1, number 2. No deny by Fortitude so far, but that was the last coil.
I like the splitting of the footies. Always keeping pressure on the fiends. Some footies here, some footies there. Don't just all control them in one group. Then they really lose a lot of efficiency if the Undead micros properly. Getting this Arcane Tower would be a big deal. Happy if he can cancel this. He can keep up the skeleton pressure over and over, and he does! And the classic Happy damage finally comes in. It wasn't happening at the creeping of the expansion, but after. And that was so many peasant kills.
Did he just kill like 8 peasants? 7? This is so crazy. The fiends didn't even do that much damage. They were busy with the footmen. It was all skeletons, coil, Frostmourne.
And suddenly, this strong early has quickly turned around. This is going to slow down everything now by a large margin. Still no tech coming in for Fortitude, whereas we have tier 3 on the way. The Lich is out. Slaughterhouse will soon be finished as well. And once statues are on the field, that's where it becomes really scary for the human.
Thank you, Nord Bob, for the 2-month resub. Keep it up. Tier 3 has started. Statue's gonna come soon. I'm surprised that Happy looks so strong here with his second attack. Usually Fortitude, one of these players who can defend it rather easily, I would say, or without too many losses. 6 footmen also. I would expect more.
Yeah, this is again where the peasant losses come in. If the gold didn't have to be spent there, could have gone for more footage more easily. Question is, does he have to defend? Because he doesn't. That makes it very tough to engage into this lich.
He's teching instead. Also relatively easy. Coil Nova on this Archmage. No mana anymore. Or just a Nova, actually. And more experience. Man, he's getting dangerously close to 3. And there's still a Nova.
Fortitude is threatening the run by. 6 footies into the main. The tech, though, is pretty close to done. There's a narrow tower up already. And there's no defense. So this really can't do much. It's just the threat of it.
Yeah, there's also no Archmage in this. There's also no Archmage to support this. It's distracting Happy. And this is what the Chinese and Asians do. What I rarely see in Europe. Force Happy back somehow. This is all time where Happy had to move back. Of course, he can creep up now. This is going to be important, but it's time for your tech. It's time for your expansion. And this was all done by just walking footmen, basically. We have sick inventory on this Archmage. Oh, he sold the claw, the second one. He had 2.
Sees the tier 3 is done, so now there's definitely not much to do in the main anymore. But once again, trying to force Happy back, trying to keep him away from the human base. I think Happy should just ignore this and run with the Lich and the Fiends towards the human expansion.
Maybe he wants level 2 for Frost Armor or Dark Ritual, whatever he prefers in this scenario. Without defend, it should, normal Nova should be enough.
Usually at this point, we see the Pit Lord, third hero, Rain of Fire, trying to break the base. Base are getting fortified with a Shredder now up as well. Tier 2 about to finish here for Fortitude, but not quite enough lumber perhaps to instantly rush to tier 3.
Fiends all over the place, but Fortitude can't get any surrounds, even without Unholy Aura. If you're not paying the most attention to the screens.
This is nice by Fortitude though. There's a AM poking over here, there's footies distracting over here. And this was very little damage towards this expansion. Yeah. We had the peasants early, of course, and then this one arcane cancel. But other than that, nothing has been done to this expo. And there's a lot of towers finishing up there.
True, big true. But is it still enough against this Lich Pit Lord push? It's only a level 1 Lich. But okay, he kills more footmen, which is okay. And Happy's going for the base, not the expansion.
Only 2 towers there so far, but more towers are coming up. 1 in the back at least.
Mountain King about to step out of the altar. Destroyer and DK, a little late to the party. Bit of damage towards that statue, thanks to that sad Water Elemental. And the Lich can't really reach. Now he can. Getting the mana drained though, not the best position. But here are the Destroyers, here's the DK.
Level 2 for the Lich. Also the Pit Lord getting mana burnt there quite a bit. Only 1 Rain of Fire so far, now only has 1 left. And this is still looking kind of stable for Fortitude. 1 tower is going to get cancelled, but he still has the 3 standing. Counting the seconds until the tier 3, but it's still going to be a while.
It's getting a lot of stuff done, but is it enough? Frost Armor second, no Dark Ritual, no extra mana. Immediately tier 3 by Fortitude. And where are the workshops? Here's number 1. That's gonna be number 2, and the question is, will we see the magical number 3 as well? Not yet. Ah, there we go. There we go. Give it to me. Wonderful.
Alright. We knew this was coming. You guys knew this was coming. Happy knew as well. But Happy's trying to strike in the main and kill everything before the tanks come out. And this is too much pressure for Fortitude to ignore. He has to come in with his army. Now has the MK, now has the footies. And Happy's kind of stuck in a corner here. With call to arms, the TP should be forced. TP is forced. Happy's gonna lose one statue as well. His first unit loss so far this game. And Fortitude holds on and is about to be able to start the tanks.
Yeah, I like the position for the Chinese as well. There wasn't too many kills. Towers are still up, so it's not like his base is unprotected or anything. And with the expo up, you can easily replace the peasants. Upgrades queued already. More towers. One masonry upgrade as well. Mana potion now. No TP. Naked Pit Lord. What's his answer now? More fiends, more statues. Breaking upkeep for Happy.
Fortitude is delaying the tanks. I don't know if being greedy is the right call here. You have to keep up the pressure. You have to force Happy back over and over. Here we go. Triple tanks now coming.
Thank you, Just Ross, for the 21-month resub. 21, nice! Thanks for casting. Thank you for watching. Mana is very low on Happy.
Fourth workshop coming in the main. As he's expecting the one at the expansion to die. I think he should repair that though. With enough peasants here, he could keep that one alive.
He's trying to... There's no Nova. They're buying more and more time, and Fortitude, little backstab with the heroes and the footmen.
Alright, these three tanks are absolutely gonna come out.
Yeah. That third tank is pretty much key. You can easily deal with two, but three is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. If you only send two tanks towards the main, the ghouls plus acolytes and towers and so on, deal with those. But here we go, three tanks. Happy sees them. How does he deal with them? Oh, if he gets a surround on one, that's a big deal, and he gets it.
That was pretty crazy. But here's two towers and an undead army. Ghouls easily taken
in the
out.
main already. Destroyer at home to defend. We have a spirit tower as well.
Happy's
I would
so
like to see
ready.
a second arrow actually.
He's killing the second workshop. First one down. Is he rebuilding it already? Not really. Oh, I love this play by Happy. Going for the production buildings. Rare to see.
So far, the tanks aren't even engaging. Shouldn't they attack with the rest of the footies and everything?
I agree. Fortitude may be a little overwhelmed.
One more workshop fell. Only one workshop left at the expansion, but there's two more coming in the main. Thanks to the shredder, there's all the lumber in the world for Fortitude.
I don't think Happy lost an acolyte, right?
Nope, he lost one or two ghouls.
Yeah.
Yeah, two ghouls. But they're cheap to remake.
Fortitude also with a watch award, that could be nice. Ghoul number 3 dies. But he basically traded a ghoul for a workshop, and that 3 times. Game plan by Fortitude is broken. He's rebuilding them, okay. But these tanks are too late.
Tank upgrades, 2-0 so far. DK hits level 4. Okay, crypt is falling, but losing a crypt really doesn't hurt that much. Losing a crypt really matters if you need more fiends, if you need to make more fiends. But Happy has all the fiends that he needs.
Good micro on the wagon. Yeah, he has a lot of fiends. He went really heavy onto them. The slaughterhouse shouldn't fall. Need destroyers, need wagons, and that's why he's defending it with pretty much everything. All the production taken out, and now it's time to pressure this town hall. Will force a lot of resources out of Fortitude. Mountain King low. Do we have a staff? Oh, right click is enough. Holy Light was not able to be cast because no mana. And yeah, low level human heroes. That breaks your neck. We have a lot of tanks queued now though. At one point will Happy be forced to move back again. Or is it just enough with Lich Pit Lord Fiends? Oh, Archmage. Lich! Nova! Can he reach? Does he even have a shop here? Invo potion. No shop at all.
More tanks are queued, but supply block has been achieved. No tanks coming for the time being. The Paladin falls, level 1 hero hits the deck. MK already died before. And And now at the expansion, there's not many towers left at all. Arcane Tower falls, only 2 guard towers are left. These mass fiends are finally breaking this base.
Huge Nova, and Cleave is available as well, so the peasants are just suffering at this point. Lich will be level 3 in a heartbeat, and yeah, this expo, it's mass murder. Tower's gone, and the peasants, man, oh my. 1 shot, 1 kill.
Here come the tanks. 4 tanks, Hail Mary into the main. That's 3 wagons.
Yeah. 65
3 wagons.
supply, 6 wagons. First tank down. There's no defense upgrades. There's towers. Mass repair on that Black Citadel. Oh, 1 wagon falls. Second tank down. Third tank about to die. And that's a hold.
DK, you have level 5 over here. This seems to be it. The expansion is taken out. The tanks are all dead. Wagons may have fallen, but they did their job. Wait a minute. More tanks are coming in. Can they turn the tide?
Water Elementals were diving with the destroyers ready to dispel against them soon. Yep, there we go. That's 1 kill. That's the second kill. The expo is completely wiped out, of course. So what can Romantic do? What can Fortitude do now? 3 tanks remaining. 1 base.
He got the Necro, but it doesn't matter that much. Happy can just resummon the got the Black Citadel. Can remake the Necropolis pretty soon. And tanks, you need the 2 base income to support them. Yeah. Normally. But Fortitude, goddammit. He's the master of tanks. If anyone can make it work on 1 base, I guess it's him.
That's the good thing about the undead base. You can lose your main building, but you're not losing mining. And with that, Happy still, like, that supply lead is so crazy. Can always go for items. It's level 5 DK. It would be pretty surprising if Fortitude still finds a way to overwhelm with the tanks. That shouldn't be the case. Zeppelin drop though.
Players' forces are under attack.
Alright, this is supposed to take out the Haunted in the back, I guess.
Wow, Happy has all the fiends in the base. He knows exactly what's up. Thank you, Sir J, for the 3-month resub. Less than 3.
Yeah. The fiends are parked right there. And if a Zeppelin is webbed, you cannot unload. I think it's impossible to get into position. Oh, he sees it! Oh my god. Almost had him.
Should be a destroyer here soon. Yep, coming. Happy.
And with the wagon here already, there's no way these tanks get this Haunted kill.
Second tank about to pop as well. There was an act of desperation, which is absolutely not working.
I think these 2 tanks are just simply doomed.
A player's forces are under attack.
Only footies and tanks so far. The units for
Oh, nice interception. Bye bye Zeppelin. So what's plan C? Yep.
Good question.
We have 6
When you
tanks.
play the triple workshop, there's not really transitions normally. You either kill all his buildings, or you're screwed.
Yeah. Not even level 3 Mountain King. 20 minutes in. So, all in with 6 tanks. I don't even think that's enough.
The mains are about to expire. So income might be gone for both here soon anyways. Perhaps there is a possibility with building elimination.
A player's forces are under attack.
I think just Happy's build is too good
There's so
against
many
that.
wagons and there's level 2 Rain of Fire now as well on the Pit Lord.
Yep.
Okay, 7 tanks. Here we go.
all in. This worked on Northern Isles before, where I thought, okay, this game is unwinnable for Fortitude, but Happy seems even more ready than before. Archmage already out of that fight. Paladin quite surrounded, but the tanks, they do some damage in the main. Oh, but nice. The wagons attack 2 here. The Rain of Fire is attacking 2 here. Damage everywhere.
5 tanks left now, but many of them hurt. And this Rain of Fire and this Coil Nova also against the MK. The MK is safe, but so many buildings, way too many for the tanks to take out. All the tanks are falling, and this was the only ace left in Fortitude's sleeve, and it's been spent. Did not get the victory. This game belongs to Happy.
Absolutely. He's town portaling out, Fortitude is. But for what? 38 supply left. He's building one more round of tanks. Destroyer makes sure that there's no expansion. Happy can easily expand now. Even techs again.
Yeah. Crazy hero levels at this point for Happy. 5-4-4 here after this camp.
Let's go the beast. 5. Oh, yeah. Level 2 cleave as well. And Dark Ritual.
So how many tanks can he get again?
A player's
You will get
forces
He
are
came in with
700 gold.
7. It wasn't enough.
You can build 3 more. And maybe selling some items, then possibly 4.
So many buildings, though.
Yeah, also
Yes,
a graveyard with about 1k. Necropolis 1.5k. Oh, he cancelled the attack. I like the flying machine to just scout. But I guess the big problem of the heroes and the meat wagons. Yeah, main
I
empty.
like the aggressive positioning by Happy right now.
A player's
These heroes are so
forces
scary. How is the human army, in quotes, the heroes even gonna walk across?
Yeah,
They're just gonna get Coronovat.
there's no TP. He's bringing the fight to the human. And that means the tanks are kind of stuck here as well. 2 shredders taken out.
Fortitude, he seems to be almost in an unwinnable position. Can he maybe sneak out some tanks? Can they do it?
If Happy kills 2 tanks here, the game is over.
Coronova is so scary. It's so scary. Nova hits the
Oh.
peasants. Cleave is also coming in. We have
Oh.
Stonebolt and Holy Light aggressively on the DK. But it's level 1 MK and Stonebolt. It really doesn't hurt that much. The AR needs to be careful. Healing on cooldown. Nova hits him. The coil to finish the job. And that must be game now.
In style. Still, Fortitude refuses to give up until there's no tanks on the map anymore. But I guess that will end soon as well. A tank walks into the, or drives into the creeps, gets hit there as well. Ghouls are ready. Meat wagons are ready.
The tank got purged. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I thought range units can't get purged. Look at this wall by the Acolytes.
You shall not pass.
Heroes get through, but the tanks don't. Wall off with Acolytes. Alright, 5 tanks.
Now we can repair. Happy's army arrives. Pit Lord, Rain of Fire, Lich, Orb of Corruption. That's all you need.
player's forces are under attack.
Only 1 armor upgrade. And then it doesn't do it anymore. Happy wins game 1. And Fortitude is facing elimination. And they just started the second game.
Damn. I was hoping we might get in.
Yeah,
but,
me too.
Not quite. Looked so good for Fortitude there at the beginning. His expansion seemed to come up very well, but then the DK coming in with 2 fiends found so much damage, it was crazy.
Yeah. We have a couple of results from the other games. There you see it. There you see it. Lolite vs Infi apparently still going on, but Lin defeated Fly 2-0, so he's already in the final 8 for tomorrow. Fly facing the winner of Fortitude Happy. Moon defeated Focus once again, 2-1, just like at DreamHack Anaheim, so Focus against either 15 Sway or Soin. And Colorful lost to Chimiko. Chimiko continues to impress. And Colorful vs Lingguagua. 3 Koreans, possibly 4, winning their groups.
Impressive, impressive. I also like how Happy in that game adjusted to this. He knew it was going to be tanks, so he had time to prepare. He had 1 or 2 wagons coming in when the first 2 tanks came, along with the DK and the Destroyer. And the Lich and Pitlord all the meanwhile kept on pressure across the map with the statue. I think it's probably the best way of dealing with this tank style if you can't kill the human before the tanks come out.
I just got the result of Lawliot. He wins his group as well. 4 Koreans on top, 2-1 for Lawliot. And yeah, Korea.
That was super fast.
I don't know, when did they start?
Wasn't it?
Sure.
Wait, he defeated Infi with 2-1?
Yeah.
I guess it's been 2 hours.
It was the last winner bracket still to be played. Lawlight, Lin, Moon, and Chimiko, the top 4 so far.
The Koreans really are taking over. My goodness, my goodness.
And we're about to kick out Fortitude. If Happy wins one more map, the game is still under watch protection, but once it's off, we go in. And then the winner of that series versus Fly for the 2nd spot for the final 8.
All right, game is up.
Lolite is ultra happy, by the way, about this. Finally defeating a human again.
I wonder what he played. Was it pure Warden or...
Oh.
So, Last Refuge, our 2nd map. Happy with the 1-0. The tanks not victorious. And that might be a little worrying for Fortitude. Fortitude brought the tanks back into the meta when nobody believed in them anymore. And they looked good for a while. Looked really good for a while. But perhaps Happy has found the answer. And what worries me for Romantic here is he seems so predictable. Yes. He's not a player who's gonna mix in a tier 2 rifle expansion, or a 1-base tier 3 tech, or a Mass Knights gyro game. No, he's gonna tank every single game, every single time, always with a fast expo, always with towers. You know exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, and it's not like the timings are different, or he surprises you with a Zeppelin drop with the first 2 tanks, or goes a little bit of gyros and then fakes gyros to go into tanks, or fakes tanks to go into gyros, or like anything. It's always the same. The only question is 2, 3, or 4 workshops.
Yeah, last game we saw plenty of workshops, some getting killed at the expansion.
We saw 7 workshops, right?
Yeah, 6 or 7, I think. And even a total of 7 tanks were not enough. Undead heroes too strong. The Pitlord really seems to be the wonder weapon in this matchup nowadays. Really good at sieging expansions, and if you have to go up against tanks, even against those Rain of Fire is really good.
Also, Happy
pretty good. It's not as good as Carrion Swarm, but it's pretty good.
Happy doesn't get surprised anymore by these Zeppelin drops, by the tank timings. He knows exactly when to build the towers, when to build the wagons, when to retreat with the DK and Destroyer. His Achilles heel usually is when the human arrives on his base at like during some kind of tech. That's when you can challenge him. And I wonder if he can do it here.
Happy was going for a pretty aggressive creep camp here, taking the High Priest away from the human side. Took a bit of damage for this, but not too much, I guess. 2 calls invested early. And we're waiting for the militia call for Fortitude. Is he gonna go for the Murloc camp first? It's always weird to pull in the militia when the creep camps are still active. Sometimes lots of ensnares are flying and you're like, ah, creep camps, leave me alone. This militia call starting to be quite late though.
A player's forces are under
Happy's
attack.
tech has started quite a while ago.
1/4 already done. He's waking up the creeps for more bloodlust. There's still no militia. What's he waiting for?
Why is he, why is he waiting so long? This is LR. This really isn't that hard to creep. 8 militia. Okay. And a lumber mill already.
Player's
Wow,
forces
that's
are
early.
under attack.
Thank you, Havoon Twitch for the 6-month resub and Lagoose for the €15 donation. Good content, guys. Cheers! Good way of supporting us, man. Cheers! Here's the coil. Oh, not getting the kill. That goes to Fortitude.
Kind of awkward here with the Merc camp getting involved, but they should be retreating rather soon. And Happy's experience gain here is really minimal. If you don't get level 2 early, that makes everything a little more difficult. Doesn't get the item sniped there either. Some peasants will be falling, but that's of course always what happens. But still plenty of peasants left.
Yeah, but like rewind 30 minutes. It was pretty much the same situation on AZ. And what really killed Fortitude was the second time Happy was pushing into that base with a new Rod of Necromancy and the level 2.
Yeah. That's the big difference here though. No level 2 for the DK. Something
That was the case on
acquired very
AZ as
quickly.
well.
Huh?
That was the case on AZ as well. He just got it
Player's forces are under attack.
during the second push.
No, he got it in the first push. He sold the Trapper and got the level 2.
A town is under siege.
I'm sure. You can check the VOD if you want. Later. I'm sure. Yeah, Lich is coming. As we said, the expansion is certainly a little delayed. So, now it's up to Fortitude to get the next thing off the checklist. Get the expansion up, don't lose peasants, and reach level 3. I love the Scouting Footman. I think you should always do this. Always keep track of where the unit is. Of course, ideally you don't want to lose it. Unlucky that the Ensnare finds him.
That's level 2 finally. Only Gloves of Haste though. Slaughterhouse tier 2 is there. Lich as always. So will he rush over again? It's pretty long distance here on LR. Or will he just let Romantic do his thing?
AM went for the boots earlier. Not doing so this time. They are, of course, quite expensive.
Again, the +9 damage drops, by the way.
And Fortitude is just refusing to go for early defend. It's gonna make it so hard to deal with these fiends.
Nice. Queuing the tech again.
4 footies without defend. Oh my.
It's super low for Fortitude. Ah, it's more. It's 5 now.
Yeah, he saved some there in the corner. Okay, didn't see those. And he's threatening the counterattack once again, the run by. Quite impressive, honestly, how Fortitude, with such low footy numbers and without defend, is still finding things to do on the map. And so far, this fiend force really isn't that overwhelming. It's 4 fiends plus statues where Un becomes really dangerous.
It was a little bit of a chance to surround that statue, which is of course not easy to do, but if he takes that one out, it's perfect. So he dives. There's a Nerub tower up. He's in tech. DK is not here. Still with the army, losing all the mana. So Happy needs crazy multitasking now, but that's a triple kill.
Alright, who's gonna lose more economy? Upside for Fortitude is here is mining off of 2 bases, Happy only off 1, of course. So far only 1. 0 acolytes have died.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Not even a ghoul. Oh, maybe 1 ghoul? No, not even a ghoul. And in the meantime, again, the peasant line is completely wiped out. Fortitude is calling militia to help defend this.
Yeah, but with the heroes and the statue here, there's no way militia only can do this.
No.
What Fortitude did in the main was cancel the ziggurat, but does that really matter so much?
Oh, now 1 acolyte, 2 acolytes. And a ghoul.
But the tier 3 is almost finished. He's gonna be able to remake these acolytes very soon.
So many corpses again. Level 2 lich.
Now Fortitude is going for the Haunted though, and this is gonna trigger the TP back by Happy. He gets level 3 on the DK, arrives home in time. Can Fortitude get this? Can he get this Haunted?
Oh, there's no repair. I think he can. Still not TPing. Now, is it enough damage? Still, the Acolytes arrive for the repair. Nova kills one footman, kills two. Perfect execution by Happy. And a defense of the Haunted Gold Mine. Whew, that was expensive on both sides. Happy still with 4, soon 5 Acolytes.
Oh, and I thought Happy was going to run across the map instantly again to prevent the next round of towers coming up.
Ooh,
But he's
only
gonna...
tier 2 by Fortitude, by the way. He's not taking directly to tier 3. Both players licking their wounds. Needs ghouls. Needs to repair this Haunted a little bit. And the aggressor is Fortitude.
Mana Stone for the DK. One of the best items he could have hoped for. No orb yet on the Lich. No Destroyer form ready yet either, but it's all coming very soon. Happy's playing it safe, repairing the Haunted Gold Mine. To almost full HP. Sells the Mana Stone.
What?
That hurts, but I guess in this game it's understandable. He doesn't really need it to win a fight.
Panda second.
Ah, okay. All out base race. All out building kill.
Yeah.
Would love to see Blizzard with this as well.
But he's still not teching. He doesn't have a blacksmith. What's happening?
And Happy's just taking a sweet time, just creeping camp after camp. Level 3 Lich now. Big heal pot. That one I guess you can also sell. Yep.
Yeah, there's no need for this. What is this play by Fortitude?
I am so surprised that Happy's just playing the creep game. Not even counter expanding. He's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna soak up the map now.
I mean, he's gonna get his tier 3 stuff soon. He's gonna be at 50 supply soon. And then he can do whatever he wants. There's not too many towers. There's no tier 3. There's no Mountain King. There's no rifles. There's not even casters. What does he have to worry about?
Tanks, I guess, is the thing to worry about, but that's still, yeah, far
It's
away.
like a million years away.
Here comes the Pit Lord now.
Did he mismanage his resources so hard, or
Forces are under attack.
I don't know, he's queuing weird upgrades like improved lumber,
The town is under siege.
masonry 2.
Oh, this main base is not looking good.
Oh,
There's only a single arcane tower in here, which is getting attacked and Rain of Fired.
oh, he's out of range. That's nice. We have Blizzard, so he's listening to you. Oh, that's an invitation for this Rain of Fire.
A player's forces are under attack.
Archmage has to run away from the DK. Panda and Footman, they're trying to find a way into the base, but Happy knew. Thanks to the Destro.
TP back. But what
Oh.
can you do here, really? With just a handful of footies.
Look at the corpse around the Arcane Tower. It's 12.
Yeah, this is looking just disastrous now. Normally you're bleeding and suffering and waiting for your tier 3 to finally kick in and save you.
Is under siege.
But there's no tier 3 even on the way.
I have no clue what the F happened in this game. But Fortitude will not play the April Pro Qualifier, that's for sure.
Nope. He's trying still here to stay alive. At least now he has 2 towers in the main. Cleave is starting to stack up on these peasants though.
A player's forces are under attack.
Panda, AM, and one single footman trying to save the main. Happy this whole time. Didn't even have statues for sustain. Shows you how little threat he really was under for the last 1 minute or so that he was pushing into the space. Pitload's kind of stuck there in the main, but it's not like BK can't heal him with coils. Oh, Breath and Blizzard combo. It's almost 2 Fiend kills. That is 2 Fiend kills. Wait a minute. Can he get the Pitlord? I don't know.
Oh, it's coils.
And now there's statues.
Cleave is so sick, man. Level 4 lit. We all know what
Plus
that
4
means.
intelligence. So
That
yeah.
means he can eat a statue. Oh, uses it for the frost armor though. I don't want to trade with this panda in the middle of everything. Archmage stabs to this militia. Another coil. Yeah. Suffering. Happy's getting sloppy. Moving another fiend. But that's the end for either the Archmage or the Panda or both.
Yeah, looks like it's both. AM falls, so does the Panda. That's it.
What was that? Colorful, but happy. Not falling for anything. Defends the footman push super well. And he gets his rematch over Fly. Fortitude will play the March Open qualifier most likely. He's being relegated. No pro for him. Happy will play next month pro qualifier. That's for sure. He's gathering the first points and is fighting for the top 8. The brackets stand as it is. Here we go. Lin already done with his group today. And we will decide who will follow him. The second Orc or the first Undead. Let's see about that. Rest of the tournament so far, we have Lollite advancing. Well, maybe I have to update this. Lollite advancing. Infi Sock playing for the second spot. Focus versus either 15 Sway or Soin. And Colorful versus Linguagua. We will be right back, then hopefully with the new overlay directly in game and no big delay. See ya in 4 minutes.